Well, we're back here in the garage because I screwed up something last time. When I was doing the struts, I accidentally hit the ABS sensor on my wheel bearing, or my hub. And so I ordered a new one from Detroit Axle, and this is the piece I hit. It's plastic, and I hit it with the hammer and cracked it off. So there's no way to fix just the ABS sensor, so I had to buy the whole new part. It was $33 on eBay, and then with taxes and shipping and everything it was about 40 bucks. And this is for a 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix, but it fits a whole bunch of stuff. The nice thing is I can see it was milled just a month ago. It has it on the inside of the hub, so it looks like a good part, and I'm going to take everything off. I'll have to undo the brake caliper, put a thread loosener on everything, and hopefully it comes off easily. Second bolt. Well, those are the top two bolts that we need to get off, and there's two more on the bottom, and they look pretty rusted on there. So I'm going to try to get some penetrating fluid in there and WD-40, and hope we can break those loose. I'm guessing I'll have to use the big breaker bar, which is that one right there. Alright, as you can see, I sprayed plenty of penetrating fluid on there to try to loosen it. And there is an access, there's two access holes through here that allow you to get a socket with an extension through there. But before I start, I'm just going to give them quick taps to just try to, Alright, here's the first one, and I have a pipe on the socket to try to get some more leverage. And I'm going to go real slow. There it goes. Okay, that's good. Yep. Alright, well, all four bolts are removed, but it's still stuck on there, so I think it might take a few taps. I might have to tap it from the other side to try to get this off. Alright, well, I've been beating on this thing for about 10 minutes now, and it is moving. I can see a gap in the back, but I don't want to, mess it up too much. But you really got to smack this thing. I'm kind of pulling on it as I'm hitting it. Moved about 1/8 of an inch off from the back so far, so I got to keep going. Well, just after I turned the camera off, I was able to get it out. And when I pulled it off, you could see that this piece broke off. This is the ABS sensor. Should be on there like that. It doesn't look too bad, but oh yeah, it's cracked right there. You see it's moving. So I'm going to clean up all this inside surface, maybe sand it down, put some grease on it, clean up this outside, although it's not too bad. Put a little grease on this inside, and when I put it back in, I'll make sure that the ABS sensor is pointing forward. One last thing is I noticed this ABS cable, the connector itself looks a little beat up. So before I put it all back together, I might just try plugging this in and seeing if I'm still getting those warning lights on the dashboard. And if I am getting those warning lights, I know it's from loose wire in this cable, so I'll have to fix that. Well, the good news is I plugged the ABS sensor wire in and turned the car on, and the warning lights completely went away. So even though this wire is a little bit nicked up here, you can see the wires there, it's still working fine. So I'm not going to strip this down and cut it and resolder it because it's right by the plastic piece. I'm just going to put some electrical tape around it and hope that it holds for the rest of the car's life. So I'm just going to try to do this up as good as I can, and hopefully it sets in place and doesn't move. Alright, I put a little bit of oil on the inside and on the hub itself, and I'm putting it on with this cover plate, you have to remember, and the ABS sensor pointed toward the front. Try not to damage this one. And okay, I have the hub on and all the bolts are started, but the hub is not completely seated in the circular housing. So I'm going to try to, evenly tighten it from all directions so that it's not crooked and out of alignment. I'm going to try to do one corner, then an opposite corner, kind of like you're putting on lug nuts, to try to evenly press that hub into the opening. I don't want to tighten one side completely and then have it bind up in a corner, so I'm going to go. Alright, the hub is on. All the bolts are tightened. I did this one and worked my, diagonally around. And I connected up the ABS sensor and I tested it once again, and all the air dashboard lights have gone off. There we go. And putting the caliper on and putting those two bolts and then putting the wheel back on. Well, I just got done replacing the rear driver's side hub on my 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix. Here's the old hub. It's pretty rusted. The hub and the bearing were okay. You can see it's not making noise, but I cracked the ABS sensor when I was replacing the struts. The tools I needed, obviously a jack and a jack stand, a 1/2 inch socket for the brake caliper bolt, a 10 millimeter with an extension to get these hub bolts off, where you put the extension through the hole in the hub. A pipe I used on the end of the socket because you need a lot of leverage because they're rusted on, and you're going to need some liquid wrench. A big hammer to be pounding on the side of the old hub as you're trying to pull it off, because it's going to be rusted and corroded in there. That took about a half an hour. That's probably why it took so long. It took me about 2.5 hours to do this by myself. I'd never done it before. A long extension bar for some of those hard bolts, and obviously a 3/4 inch for your hubs. But it wasn't too bad. It all went fine. Hopefully it's aligned straight and everything's back the way it was. I know the warning lights on the dashboard went away, so all in all, it wasn't that tough of a job. But if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.